Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share with you some very important information about the understanding that the Lord is given in connection to what is happening on the earth and also the sign that we have been sharing with you that we have recognized it as the sign of the Son of Man. We wrote an article called Israel, the Tribes Mourn. And in this article, we share the prophetic understanding of what is happening in Israel. In the Bible, Jesus in Matthew 24, a very well-known chapter, explained about the events that will take place before his coming. And there he says first, and there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. So we look up and we recognize that this sign has appeared. We have been announcing it since the appearance in March. He started the sign on March 12th. We have written many articles, and in this article in particular, we list all the different features that are related to prophecy, and they are shown in the sign, and it confirms it to be the sign of the Son of Man. So we invite you to come and to read it, to go to the different articles, and we also make videos about it. I will leave the links in the description. So this sign has appeared, and we have been sharing about it. Now, the second part of this prophecy that Jesus spoke says, "And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." Now, it is really interesting to see how what is happening in the nation of Israel is a fulfillment of this part. And how is that so? In the article, we explain it. But basically, when Jesus came to this earth, he came into the Jewish nation as a Jew. And so when he spoke his prophecies, he spoke them in the context of background of that nation. And what do we see now happening with what the word that has started in Israel? We see people worldwide mourning the tribes. They are the tribes of the Israel and the Jewish nation are mourning about what is happening and lamenting about the war. Now, this war also has a prophetic significance in relation to another prophecy in Revelation 11. It's the prophecy of the seventh trumpet, and the seventh trumpet talks about the about a great hail happening. And now a trumpet is a warning, and so Lord is warning about things that will happen in the future even more. And it talks about the temple of God was open in heaven, and they were seeing the ark of his testament, and this all fulfills in the sign. And there were lightnings and voices and thunders and an earthquake and great hail. Now, when you search the news, many articles equate what happened with the rockets being sent to Israel like hail, rockets and the attack. Now, this is something really sad that is happening, and our heart goes out to the people on both sides of this war. We do not take sides, and we just want to share with you the biblical prophetical understanding so that you have hope, because things will get not better but worse. The Bible talks about that the end of the world is here, and this prophecy corroborates that. Now, the seventh trumpet warns about the seventh plague, and in the seventh plague, we wrote another article called Escaped the Darkened Kingdom." And in this article, we have the correlation about the seventh trumpet and the seventh plague. And then the seventh plague talks about a great hail. And it could be an incremented fight in regards to a World War III or something like that. That could happen, because this is something that hasn't happened. The Bible speaks about a great hail that makes men blaspheme God because it was exceeding great. So this is something that we understand that could be a possibility. It could also be something especially coming from God, like an asteroid or comment or something like that. But what is important to know is that now the Lord is announcing and warning about what is to take place even in a greater manner. And we are to heed his warning. Now, the amazing thing is this. Jesus said this prophecy in Matthew 24:30. The first part has happened. The sign has appeared, and everybody has the opportunity to see it through the technology that we have with the comet's path and read the prophetic understanding of it. Now, the second part is the tribes of the earth are mourning, and this is happening now, and you see it every day in the news as well. And this are describes as the tribes of the earth. And then the next thing says, then they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So the next thing is to see Jesus coming. Now, many people are eagerly waiting to see Jesus, and this sign is indicating exactly the time of his coming. Now, if already the sign appeared, like the first part of the verse, and if we already see the tribes of the earth mourning, then the next thing we have the assurance that it will come to pass, that Jesus will come to rescue us from what is to happen. Now, we will endure part of the things that will happen on the earth, just like Noah and his family endured in the ark of protection and were saved by the Lord in that way. But this is phenomenal and exciting to witness, even though there is a lot of pain and grief. What I mean is to see the fulfillment of prophecy is sad that many people are dying, but that is what happens with the wickedness in the world. It is not God's will for that to happen, but that's why he is determining that the end is near, and we are to prepare and to share with many about it. Now, we wrote another article called The Tribes in Heaven. And in this article, I will encourage you to read it because it talks about the history of Israel in the time of Jesus and how this sign shows the different parts from the Exodus from Egypt all the way going into the promised land. And this is exactly what is to happen with us now as a spiritual Israel, because the Lord has a spiritual Israel now, those who believe in him. There is in the article we explain about that, and there is a we have recognized how the different parts, the different tribes of Israel are depicted in the heavens. And we did a study with the blessings of Jacob in Genesis 49 and did the relations to the different constellations. It's an amazing study, and there's a marvelous revelation there. And the Lord is showing us, look, he has a place for us, those who believe and enter into the ark of truth. So as we see the pain happening in the world, and many being puzzled about what is to come, we are to share with others. We are to give the light of understanding and hope at this time. So I encourage you to visit our website and read what we have published and prayerfully consider how you can share with others. At the end of the article, we shared a card that you can print and share it with everyone that you encounter, and give the hope of understanding that the Lord grants. So I wish you blessings, and I thank you for watching this video and for praying to the Lord to see how he can use you at this time, because time is short. Look, this is the last stretch of the Omega signature of Jesus. This is the Alpha and the Omega, and we're heading to the last part, and it will be a really troublesome time, but we are with the Lord and we can trust in his care.